For real.
But you have to do it with pride.
Whatever you gotta
but
do.
at the same time, do not
Dang, of
let
course I
any
wore this
job that
skirt.
you do.
Oh, you're,
I
yeah.
had
Because the
to.
only thing
It's a metallic pink.
You want me to go get some pants? Go get some sweatpants?
No, we're gonna go with my ensemble. No way.
What a way to get it pumped up.
This
up
was
in
my
here.
vibe. I was feeling some
Yeah.
rose quartz.
I got some pink.
And
Something.
Peter light.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm feeling the pink.
You know.
Yeah.
They brighten my eyes.
See?
It looks nice, yes.
Thank you. Whew, I just need a second because I just drove.
We got 13 minutes.
Go ahead,
So
yeah,
take
yeah,
out
you
a
good.
break.
Breathe.
No, you guys talk.
Get your breathing on
I'm
and
just-
we'll talk.
Am I in here?
No, I'll move it. Go ahead, sit down. I said sit down.
You guys are funny.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Oops.
Scooch. Scooch it just.
So where do should I go live on what?
Bam.
I'll lean back.
that?
Anywhere you want. You're whatever platform you want.
Whatever platform you talk to your peeps. Me, I go live on Instagram.
Yeah, I was gonna say Instagram is
That's
like.
usually the way I go live.
Yeah. Yeah, that vertical is really, really limiting, isn't it?
Yeah, on Instagram, yes, it is. For sure.
Oh, I know.
But it's cool.
So you can just play yourself.
Yeah, we got a lot
We
to
have
talk
you on
about here.
YouTube, yeah.
And you got more. You got more in the.
Yeah, in the arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
That's what it is.
It's my arsenal. There you got me. I'm in the gang called Jewelry Gems.
The gym gang.
You got me. Okay, let me see. Definitely. Okay, so it's live on Instagram. But then my phone will be like going off like crazy though.
And then that's your mic right there.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Make sure you talk into it too. So you're like that's about like right where he is.
Like
kinda
this?
on. Yeah, should be good.
Good,
But make
because
sure-
my voice.
Yeah, make sure to talk into it though, because if you don't talk directly into it, like it kind of like you sound like
Let me
kind of
just
lower. Yeah.
Position myself better.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
scoot over this
Yeah,
way
let me
towards
get-
me. You can get a little close to me if you like.
Yeah, of course. I need
Yeah.
that energy, man.
So you can get up. So now you're all in the camera
Oh.
right
Yeah.
there.
Hello.
Boom. You in here, and then now you have the mic. Yeah,
There you go.
we got you.
Oh, but you can't see my pins.
Your pins.
Or my
what
pins for the show. For this. I like chose these pins.
Well, let's see it on your camera.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll have to
You're
talk
welcome.
about the pins too. The pins, this, the other stuff.
The pins, my
And you go by Danny?
yes. D-A-N-I, short for original Danielle. But Danny is my name.
Okay.
That is my spiritual name. That's my name that I gave myself.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I was about to go. I was about to jump right in.
You know. Okay, let me see. I think
I
I
was about-
silenced all of
I
my
was about to go there.
my notifications. Let's see.
Check. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oops, sorry. So this fancy. And then help me touch it with what I just did on
Yes.
Yes.
Here's another one. Mic check.
I was about to go in it. My name is Danny and I got a pink jacket on. And I don't know where to
See,
go.
this would have been tight. Are we recording? Is that
No,
recording right
no,
there?
no.
I was like, that would have been tight.
Actually, the live is recording.
Oh
The
yeah.
live
Oh,
What's
yeah. No viewers yet, but we in.
Yeah. Well, we're viewers. And we're dope.
That's right.
Awesome. So sucks to be you guys that you're
Yeah.
not
You got
you
that
aren't
wrong
tuned
with
in
you.
yet because
You
we're
alive.
tuned in.
Yeah.
Got me
All
alive.
the way tuned.
Right. I feel like I want to just touch everything. I mean, that's the way I
I
feel.
feel like
Listen.
it's like Earth science class right now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I just feel-
Go ahead
Okay.
and explore some energy.
I like this one. This one's calling out to me.
I like this one. It's like a little.
Right?
Little soup bowl.
But it
little-
also-
little-
It's like a little soup,
Well, I have this on live and I'm
like
not
an
even,
oyster.
I was trying to fix this
Yeah.
thing. It also looks like a desert scene with like a,
Oh
or a
yeah.
forest and then also like snow
Oh.
kind of thing.
Right.
And it also looks like a heart.
Nice.
And this one's my baby. She's so beautiful. She even has a chandelier.
That looks nice.
Look at that inside.
I like that.
This is. I feel
Isn't that
this
cool?
is
I would love to sit in
I
there.
like that.
Take me there.
Straight me
I
down.
will sit in there forever.
Just a stone. You just keep this in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hold it around.
Oh, but is it just a stone?
Is it? I don't know.
Is it? Is it now?
I like the way it looks. It looks like an egg.
Or the world?
Or the world.
Or an ocean?
Or an ocean. Yeah, she's trying to expand my mind. over there.
I know. She's like, yeah.
I'm
like
trying
that.
to warm you
This-
guys
this
up
one is
to
like-
what you're
yeah.
gonna
This one's
experience.
like intense.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, cause like just see yourself walking
This
into
is
the
my
mattress.
this is my brain right here.
Yes.
This is like walking out into the sunset. Like
This is my ammo.
that's cool. I like that one.
My ammo on any given day.
Yeah.
Limitless possibilities.
Nice.
Boom.
How do I put this on this fancy
Does
doodad?
that fit?
It's on my already, so
I'm assuming it does.
it should.
You guys had
Is this Instagram?
Yes. Hi, Danny. That's another Danny. She's gonna be at my market tomorrow.
Okay.
Yay.
Your
I'm
market.
excited. Yes.
We'll talk about that too.
Yes. That's why I stopped. I'm like, let me not speak.
Yeah.
Oh, you have it turned down.
Turn down for what?
Well, maybe they'll
Oh,
look around the room. Here's
Oh,
a hey. I'm waving to everybody.
oh.
What
Miss
up?
Choice
What
Dollar.
up?
Yeah. Danny makes styles.
There we go. Bam.
Make sure I was tapping into my cheerleader back in the day, so I had to do my hair in like fluffy ponytail.
I don't know how you like. Is that good or
Oh wait,
you
let
know,
me see.
turn it somewhere?
Maybe here. Cool. Oh,
Okay.
perfect. You can see my pins.
We on it.
Perfect. Oh, it's
Let's see here.
literally perfect. We are
Does that
strapped.
does that stand right there work? Like I can put this mic on that stand?
What stand?
The microphone stand right there.
Anything
The little one?
Yeah.
The mini,
Can I use the mini one?
I don't think. Let me think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could screw that top onto that,
Okay.
cause this has a different like mount. I don't think that other one goes on there.
Okay. Got it.
We're in the green room.
That's right.
Yes.
Green's my favorite color.
It's like the whiz up here.
That's my favorite color too.
And it's an aligned room,
Ah.
heart chakra, because we're in a green room.
I don't know if that's gonna work. We could try though. We got 5 minutes.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, because this is like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to. It seems like I don't want it to be in your face right now.
plus it blocks energy too. It's like,
Yeah, I feel like it was blocking me. I
because
feel like.
it's literally
I'm not
like, being
gonna
like,
front.
so,
I'm not gonna front.
it's like this. Hey, so,
I think it should. It looks like it's gonna fit. There we go.
Get the hell out of here. This is no work. What? That was God. No,
only God.
that was God.
The thing is too, it's like you gotta be up on it.
Oh, it's alright. I don't mind. I just something it's speaking to me. Like I gotta give her space over
Give
here.
yourself a round of applause.
Yeah. I said, man, look,
And
we
if you
gotta
wanna
give
hand
Danny
that,
some space.
if you
I
wanna
feel
hand
like
that
Yeah.
over to me,
Actually, I shouldn't say I need space. I need room. There's a difference.
okay.
Sorry.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Space blocks out everything.
She needs room. She gets to
Room,
have some
yes.
room. You get to. It's not even a need. Need comes from a
Possibilities.
place of scarcity and survival. Let's just talk about you get to. You get to have the space. I'm giving it to you. I get to speak on up. And yeah.
3 minutes, y'all.
Now this is it.
Yes. We feel good. You feel good, right?
Man, I feel great. I feel great now.
Let me
There was something happening.
I need to move up.
Go ahead.
There we go.
You
Yeah.
in that. You in that. We in it.
Except for
We
I was
snugged
cool
up.
because
We
I got
snugged
my labels on the back of my phone.
Boom.
So it's hey. What are
Hey,
you looking
better.
at? Danny Main Styles.
That's
King
right.
Cities represent shirt too. Yeah. Gotta do a commercial on a commercial.
Creator Studio.
All right. Where we at?
3 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes. Excellent. All right. So I'll go ahead and hit this.
Yeah, let me start the other video too. We're good.
3 minutes in.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
I am for you guys. She's a beauty.
Yes. Yes.
Chandelier.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay. We popping up. Nate to Life started a live video. Watch before it ends. I sure did, damn it.
All right.
Thank you.
Everybody say something in your mic real quick.
Hey, Mike, real quick.
Okay.
Mike real quick.
There you go.
Wait. Say the crew, say the crew, say the
Get your shirt at plusmecode.com.
Plusmecode.com.
Get your shirt. Oh shit,
Oh,
something
come
popped
on,
out.
PayPal.
What
What are you
happened?
doing trying to mess with my junk right now? You're trying to mess with my vibes.
Plus
we
me
rebuke you.
code.com.
Yeah.
Plus me do plusmecode.com.
Yeah.
Any other?
That's right.
Yeah, subscribe to the Upper Room at the Upper Room Podcast.
Shirts. We have sweaters and everything. That's
Yeah.
how we roll. We
We
have
got
sweaters and
everything.
hats.
We got whatever you
So
need.
no, you're good.
Yes.
We go ahead.
Yeah. Are we about to? We got 1 minute. We got 1 minute, guys.
Wish I could all
Before
And
we start
gals.
live. Now, what a live experience. This is
It
the
is.
new live experience.
Do we
Straight
like? Do we?
Yeah.
do
we
I
don't
just,
really
I'm
need
the only
the
one to be
camera.
on the screen. Or?
You can show. Yeah, just show yourself.
Okay.
It's your channel.
Myself.
It's your channel. You get to show you.
Hey
You
there,
get to talk.
you. Self.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, we have to get my pins. So sorry.
You ready?
We ready.
It's 10 on the dot. What's up, everybody? This is Choice.
This is Nay, and we are the Upper Room Podcast, your platform creators.
Welcome to another moment.
Another moment. I love that. This is like moment number 96.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
We're close to it. Like we're knocking,
close, yeah.
we're knocking on the 100th door.
Yeah. Like it's for real, for real. Are we telling people what we're doing? We told them.
No, we
already.
haven't. We told them here and there, like,
Yeah.
but they don't really.
Oh, so it's gonna be like an extravaganza. We're gonna make them wait.
Yeah,
Kind of like we're gonna reveal it. Episode 99. So check out episode 99 for what we're doing on the 100th episode.
that's right. Episode 99.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I had to like catch up. It's like you guys got in that.
yeah. So we have. Let's introduce our guest.
Yes.
We're being rude right now. Sorry.
Yeah, we have a special
A
guest,
special guest.
a very special guest, pretty in pink.
Don't you think?
Don't you think? Such a lovely, such a lovely room.
Yeah.
I mean, space over here
Yeah.
to my left. You're right. I guess.
That's
I don't
me.
know. My left. Danny Megan Styles.
Yes. Danny Main, actually.
Is it Maine?
Yeah, it's confusing because my sister's name is Megan, and then when you look at my last name, it looks like her name is legit like Megan.
Oh, okay.
But it's
So
Maine.
it's Maine?
Mm.
Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Megan.
Silent letters, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So it's spelled. It looks like it might be Megan, but it's
Yes,
Maine.
It's Maine.
wow.
So Danny Maine, and then Styles, because I originally was a wardrobe stylist.
Right.
Okay.
And then venture out into my own styling and fashion.
Okay, excellent. Well, let's start there with the styles.
Yeah, you got all these.
Yeah.
All this lovely jewelry on. I see here.
We'll start with the styles
Just
and
a
then
little-
get
Take a
into
look.
the
Yeah,
jewelry.
show the people
Just
the
a little bit of,
Bling,
Just a little
bling-ish.
bling.
Oh wait, which camera?
Okay.
need to
Anyone?
crawl in
All,
there.
get all of them.
We're gonna get
Yeah.
a views.
That's
Look at
that's
this.
YouTube. Yeah. So
Yeah.
these are. So did you make this stuff yourself?
Yes. Not only did I hand wrap and wire wrap everything, but when I go to even pick crystals, like I pray and meditate and make sure that I'm really in the space for God to use me to choose anything that I need to bring with me for people to come and then choose from.
Oh wow.
So everything I do, I like hand pick out and make sure I really feel the energies and make sure that it's honest.
Okay.
Because it's like we can all grab when there's plenty, but it doesn't make sense if we don't need it.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. It's got to be meant for that
Yes.
at that time.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's good stuff there.
Yeah.
So Danny Maine Styles, that's me.
Yeah. So how long have you how did you get into designing jewelry?
You know what? I actually started like 15 years ago, and I was like making good money and like, yeah, I could buy a new purse and shoes, cool. But then I just wasn't like happy with it. It was just like fun.
Yeah.
And then I started styling and traveling, and I became a boutique buyer. And then I was like, you know what? I want to do my own thing. Like, I'm tired of like creating all this cool space and like boutiques for like other companies. I was like, I want to do my own thing. So I went through like a really crappy time, and I was like, I feel so uninspired. And I was like, I'm so angry. And I'm like, I want to make voodoo dolls.
Oh, wow.
And
Whoa.
Don't ever
I
cross Danny.
want to scream and let
Take
you
a step
know.
back.
Don't mess
Gotta
with
take
me.
a step back from that.
Who'd you make a voodoo doll for?
Well,
You
I
got
did
one?
not. I said I thought
Okay,
of
you got
doing it.
I'm sure there's one. You started to build one.
In my head, yes, which is very powerful.
Wow.
In my head, voodoo doll is more powerful than an actual doll, by the way.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't necessary because God didn't want me to spend my time on that.
Right.
He was like, I'm gonna be doing so many other things with you that I'm gonna need you to understand. Like, it's gonna be a clearing out of space and not about your understanding anymore. It's gonna be about I need to use you, and you're either ready or not.
Gotcha.
And I went through like a near-death experience on 11/11, 2016.
Oh wow.
I woke up at, oh wait, my pins are on, but I have to show you my tattoo because it's really rad.
Okay.
But on 11/11/2016 at 11:11 p.m., I woke up from emergency surgery,
Oh wow.
and I had to rethink my life. Because
Uh-huh.
I was making good money, I was happy, I was like, life is good.
Uh-huh.
But then when this happened, I had to rethink everything.
Oh,
I
wow.
couldn't speak, I couldn't walk.
You had to
I
go
was
through all
like,
that rehab.
dude, really?
Oh man.
Is this really happening right now when I've like started my business and things are booming?
Yeah.
But in the midst of it, it's like God wanted me to like refocus, because then it just became about like, oh, it's cool, it's cool to make jewelry and people are buying it and you're making it and selling it. It's great. But money can't be the fulfillment. It has to be what you do to get the money.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
So that started that journey, and that's what brought me to where I'm at right now, because I had to like pick myself back up.
Yeah.
I couldn't like stay in my apartment and be like, okay, I'm gonna send all these invites to a pity party to myself.
Yeah.
I had to be like, yo, I gotta show up. So
Uh-huh.
I did.
Yeah.
I got up.
You said you had to learn how to walk and talk again, or like you had to do all that?
It was pretty intense, but it wasn't as physical as I thought it was.
Really?
It was all mental.
Yeah. So you could like when you first woke up, you were like, you had inner monologue? Like were you like who am I? Like were you like
Well,
who am
when
I?
I
Was it
woke up,
amnesia,
I
or
was
it
like, I didn't know what had happened, because when I got to the hospital, everything happened so quick that I was like, they went from you're gonna have surgery maybe tomorrow to like, do you have a living will? It was like a movie, and I was like, and I worked in hospitality.
Oh.
So when you work in hospitality, you totally forget, like your arm could be falling off and you're bleeding everywhere. You're like, can you patch me up because I gotta get to work?
Oh wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So I decided, I'm like, I just have to think of a different way to like live and make a living and think differently. And so everything got broken down for me.
Mhm.
So like when I woke up, I was like, it was so quick. I didn't know. I really didn't know what was happening. I just heard the time. Because I was like, everything was like white, which is really creepy right now because I'm looking at white
this
now.
is like, is it sitting flashback?
Literally having.
Oh man.
But this is my 11/11 tattoo, and I got this because I had to like remind myself I always have to account for time.
Yeah.
Because there was a time that it could have been done, and that's it.
Yeah.
So every day I'm like, oh no, girl,
Ooh,
we gotta make sure
that's rough stuff.
we handled the day correctly. So, but that's where, it was almost like the beginning of the death of like the old me.
Okay.
It started that feeling of like everything that used to exist and used to work doesn't work anymore. So then I had to regroup.
Okay.
And I always loved elephants. That's where it started. So for me, it always reminded me of like something powerful and peaceful, but yet elephants don't use their power unless they need to.
Yeah.
They know that they're big. They
They're
know
like
that they're giants.
Gentle giants.
They're gentle.
Yeah.
So I had to tap into that and remind myself that like, yeah, it's an elephant, but if I could maybe tap into that, that's added strength for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's an elephant statue, it's stupid, maybe I paid 50 cents for it. I mean, I didn't. My friend Sam Blue, amazing Sam Blue, bought this from Bali for me.
Okay.
But anyway, so, but it didn't matter. I had to find something and hope, and I had to understand that at the end of the day, I came in this world by myself, I'm gonna come out by myself, but I don't have to feel like I'm by myself. So I just started figuring out what things I could use to like manifest. And I didn't even really know what that meant. I was like, that's some weird yoga term. I'm gonna have to like Google it and see what it means. See if there's any pictures or memes. Yeah, let's do that.
There's any pictures or memes.
But but then, I just sat there in my quietness and I had to pull myself back up. And I was like, girl, we're about to do this. And it's just been on go. But as it was on go, I also had things in between that God was like, no, this is not for you right now.
Yeah.
That was like, but I was like, but I worked so hard. I want to.
I love that
like, no.
feeling though, like knowing that like something doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to work out.
Yeah.
And you can move on. Like if you're comfortable enough, you can just move on. You know, like if you're of sound mind, you're just like, all right, that wasn't for me. I gotta move on.
Yeah.
I gotta drop that and just go somewhere else.
And that's what keeping all these things in front of me that I can touch, because sometimes when you're at your like lowest, you're like, I don't believe anything.
Who do you trust?
Who do you trust? Yeah, like where is that? That's like a.
Who do you trust?
Your inner monologue.
Yeah.
Trust yourself.
Always trust your inner monologue.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my go-to these days.
It is the most authentic thing there is that cannot be counterfeit or censored or contaminated. It's something that you have to trust.
Yeah.
And all of our lives, I think all of us have always had that feeling inside of us. We're like, I feel different, or I feel this, and people are like, that's crazy.
Well, trust the experts, or like talk to this person or that person, but it's like always like you always feel like the right answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's always in here.
yeah. So after the accident, you said you had already been working on making jewelry, right? And like
I started because I was on a plan.
Yeah.
I did not want to work for anyone anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, all the businesses I work for, thank you.
Yeah.
I learned, I grew, exactly what my letter said. My resignation letter said. But,
yeah, I know what you mean.
But, it also just, my sister-in-law had passed like a couple months before, so there was just all these things happening that I was like, a breakup, a death, my 11/11, and then you could look at it and be like, why are all these things happening? Like, maybe I don't deserve to be here. Like, maybe I don't deserve this. Maybe whatever it is.
Right.
And you start doubting yourself, but instead you go, all of this is happening, almost like a pimple. Sorry, I have to relate things to things.
Yeah. That was
Why,
with it.
why
Yes.
is this happening? Why am I getting
So, back to my pimple
Prom
story.
is in 2 weeks. I have a scar on my face.
Why I say that is because we think we may pop a pimple, right?
Yeah.
We're like, we're good. Skin is clear, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then like a week or two later, there's like a little bit of, and you're like, thought I got that out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly life. Until you get that core out,
You'll never get.
you're
you'll
gonna
never get
keep
past
dealing with these like weird little abrasions that you think that I handled it. I put some, some Neosporin or little bands, and I'm
it.
good.
You didn't really get it.
You didn't get
You
it.
didn't get it.
You didn't get it. You didn't get it. So that's what this is about. And you have to you gotta find the pimple.
Yeah, you gotta get deep. You gotta get to the root of it.
And then you gotta
Yeah.
literally do that. Seriously.
Speaking of pimples.
Which
Yo,
one?
I saw this. They have a show about it. The pimple popper.
Yeah, the doctor, right?
That
Who
shit
knew?
is so gross. Like I was looking at one episode. I'm not sidetracking. It's just
No.
that's what I'm thinking about. This dude had
It's
a big.
perfectly related.
He had a big.
Like the boil.
He had a big ass fucking
Ugh.
orange on his shoulder,
Oh wow.
and she like stuck something in it because she didn't know what it was, and she pulled it out. It was juice, but then she cut it open and it just fell out like oatmeal.
Oh,
So I was just like-
no.
Ugh.
That was gross. So I didn't, that wasn't my
I'm so
intention
sorry,
to bring that up,
I
but that
can't-
was gross.
I can't do that.
So when I'm thinking about, she's
Can't
that
it's
shit
equally
is so
gross.
gross.
Equally gross. So imagine
Yeah.
all of that stuff still inside of you
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you need to
Oh.
pop. And if you don't pop and get it out, it just becomes bile.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's rough. This is a rough.
It's rough.
Yeah.
But this is life, people.
Yeah, this is life.
It is rough.
You
It
gotta
doesn't
pop
have
the
to be.
pimples. Yeah.
And we can find out different ways to.
Yeah, let's show everyone what's going
Yeah,
on
let's
here.
get up. Yeah.
So what do we have here?
So
This array of different
what we have here are
materials.
so everything like people will come to me and be like, oh, so what? My rent's gonna be paid. I was like, I don't know. You want your rent to be paid? Whatever you want to do.
Uh-huh.
Like this is for you to manifest and
Okay.
take it and make it whatever you need to make it.
Okay.
You whatever it is you decide. Like I say stuff, but I'm not really concrete about what I need and want.
Uh-huh.
So I need to then manifest that so that I can then get what I need.
Okay.
Because all of this is about you getting what you need.
Yes.
It's not about anybody and for anyone.
Okay.
So, Sodalite, I just started gravitating towards this stone too because, I'm very vocal about what I like, what I need, whatever.
Mhm.
But there are times where we get conflicted when there's the truth involved, where you have to like speak up and use your platform that God has given you to like speak up.
Mhm.
And I feel like sometimes it blocks us, so I needed to work on that. So I was like, I'm gonna go in search of, and it's weird because I went to go in search of for a few other clients who requested some custom work, and I ended up picking these, and then when I started reading up about it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like for me. But I started telling people about it, and they're like, I'm having problems speaking, like saying what I really need.
Okay.
So that's what these are all about. Amethyst, amazing stone for sobriety, for personal self-control, like anything. If you think of just what sobriety means, people always like gauge it and like always hone in on like, about it being like, drugs and stuff
Drug
like
abuse.
that.
Yeah.
But it's about anything that takes your power.
I gotcha.
It
So
could
yeah,
be
like
anything.
procrastination.
Anything that you let take it. It could be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anything.
Uh-huh.
But that's you have
Anger.
to take it back.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you just become this person that lets everything then you
Happen
can't
to
even
you.
control.
Things happen to you.
Yeah, not that we need all this control, but I'm saying you
Yeah.
have less of being able to recover who you are out of the rubble,
Okay.
And that's why I choose all this stuff. Like, I even like wire wrap them and create like lepidolite. Lepidolite
Yeah.
looks like all glittery and fun it is. It's
Yeah.
like the stone of like being able to like ignite joy in you.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, it's a stone. It's something simple, but it's really not. Like when you take something and make it what you want, the value on it, nobody can pay you for it.
Yeah.
No one can take it away, no one can replace it. So all of these are about creating something for you to manifest, for you to pray on. If you don't know, whatever it is, for you to sit still and think. Maybe you've never done that. We're not taught that in our culture either, to like sit still and like think things through. It's always like, I gotta do this, gotta go, gotta get.
Impulsive.
Yeah,
Impulsive.
It was funny. It was like that. Remember you were telling me about a like a retreat where you don't talk for like a week or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that
A
soon, by
silent
the way.
retreat.
Yeah,
And
silent
it's-
retreat.
Yeah. And you don't have to pay for it. It's like all donation. So you kind of
Oh, it's free.
you pay it forward.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to the retreat and it's like 10 days or how many ever days you go and you like meditate all in silence by yourself, but you pay it forward though. It's all free.
And
It's
all it,
essential.
like that stuff
Yeah,
is
check that
all
out.
amazing because it's like my friends and I, we talk about stuff like that. I have friends, like my friend Hema and I will go into like silent times where we're not gonna be like on social media. A lot of times, it has to be for business, but other than that, it's like no socializing, like, no speaking, just to be able to like get back to yourself and hear your own thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very important.
that's really, yeah.
That's something that's been like I'm kind of just been very busy lately, so it's like it's one of those things I'm just like craving is the silence.
Yeah.
So like that's one thing I thought about doing. I was like, I think I could do a silent retreat. I think I could just like not talk to anybody for a week. That sounds dope.
I didn't even know like until I didn't know that was like a thing. Because I thought that I was going to have to go to and kick it with the Shaolin monks in a mountain somewhere to get the silence.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do
And
it.
now that I know that it's like in Tennessee or Georgia somewhere or Texas,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, that's manageable. Like I'll make that move.
Yeah.
You just gotta pay for your flight. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's dope. Hey, but back to this. Like, why did you pull the? Because you have like she has like a gang of stones and crystals and
Let's call it right. They're just saying it because I came in with a pink jacket. I brought my arsenal.
arsenal.
Yeah, your arsenal.
So these stones and gems and crystals in particular, why did you pull these out and set them right here? Like, what had you pull these out and sit these 6, 9, 12 out?
Well,
12? Maybe
9.
9.
Oh, 9. Excuse me. A little. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we
How
won't
much-
talk
how
about
much I'll be able to
we won't
count.
show. There's 12
Yeah.
on there. Let's just say.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be counting all the. I think he's getting confused because I'm extra strapped tonight with good energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
And you got the elephant ring on your thumb. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah. She's like, all right, so have you seen an elephant?
Once.
Uh-huh.
So my goal this year is I'm definitely. I don't know who else coming with me. I think it'll be dope.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to Bali, or someone told me in Zimbabwe too. There's like a really amazing place that like you can stay and like the elephants come in the morning and like put like this like heated water in this pool and stuff. It looks really cool. I saw it online.
Uh-huh.
And someone told me about it too. So I'm like, that would be really interesting to check out. But
Yeah.
because I want to, because something happened when I was a child and like seeing this elephant, and it became a breadcrumb for me
Yeah.
in my mind, because the past like few months I finally realized what this elephant meant to me.
Uh-huh.
So about speaking, right?
Right.
I uncovered after like, because I got to a point where I was like, I feel like I'm about to accelerate, but for some reason like I can't go quick enough.
Yeah.
And I keep missing the mark, right?
Uh-huh.
So I said, God, I am really pissed off.
Oh wow.
Like, cause I'm really fed up. Like, I'm ready for my next level,
Yeah.
and I don't know what is hindering me.
Okay.
There's something. So I went into like this deep prayer where I was like, had to say, okay, I know that God is good for, like when I ask him to show me exactly what it happens, and it's never what I want.
Yeah.
So I had to get my mind fully ready for that. But I used it to speak to myself and walk myself through. Kept having flashbacks of elephants. I don't know why. Anyways, I start dealing with stones and stuff that are like recalling of the past. Black tourmaline normally, but that's not here. But the stone to take your gift to another level.
Okay.
And cut off being able to judge why.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So you're like not thinking, like over analyzing
Right.
like, what's happening.
Because it's not for you.
Yeah.
Your gift is for you, so that you can then, because God will give it to you so you can make money, but not money, prosperity.
To help people. Like usually.
For yourself. It's
Yeah.
your reward for being obedient.
Yeah.
It's your reward. But if you focus on the money, then you miss the whole point, right?
Right.
So the stones are for focusing on that and going back to like the past, figuring out where we slipped and where we fell, where we didn't even know that it happened.
Yeah, those are like the things you think about, right? They say, what, 10 decisions shape your life?
Yeah. And if we can't go back to that, then we don't know where we hurt. We don't know where we were first cut.
Yeah.
We don't know where we first had trauma. We don't know anything. We just keep going in life because culture, religion, race, your birth order, everything tells you this is how life is supposed to be.
Like maps your life out for you, yeah.
But then things get replaced for us. So we may be ready to deal with like trauma or deal with hurt or pain or something, or insecurities or doubt about ourselves. But then something doesn't allow us to go further to the next level of like identifying where it happened, but then actually dealing with the pain from it.
Yeah.
Right? Like literally taking all the pain that may have been stretched out into years' time and condense it into a short period of time that may seem long. And where you purge and where you become obedient for the things that you need, and you have to sit and write down and say every day, like, this amethyst is because I lose self-control. I am giving. I allow too many people in my space. And I don't know when to stop. I don't know when to shut the valve off. Right? And we've all been there.
Yeah. Especially when you drink a lot of water.
Shut the valve off.
So, you know, we take these and we use them to manifest. Agates. I use them because there are more givers, I'm realizing now, as I'm like in this field and I'm meeting people. A lot of people that come to me are like, they're healers, or they're people that have like used their energy to always like take care and nurture people.
Yeah.
So agates, that's what they're good for. Like people that are nurturers and givers. It's a replenishing stone, but also a protectant for like your space and your energy. It may mean nothing to anybody, but to someone who's never known what that means, to have the audacity to say that opens up so many opportunities of healing for them. Because then it can say, no, I no longer, I'm just going to just give and give, right? I'm going to make sure that the people that are around me that I equally trust, I call it kind of like the people you can leave your purse around. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like those types of people. So, that's what all of this is about. And because the elephant, because of my doing my manifestations, my prayers, and lots of meditation, because like I said, we weren't taught to sit still and be quiet. Yeah. So we're so used to filling the time with other things.
Busyness. Yeah, like noise.
And that's all we become is busy.
Yeah.
So we don't ever have time to like sit back and really be like,
have deep thoughts.
Yeah,
long,
or
like,
I felt the type of way about this thing.
Right.
And you know what? Everybody laughed that shit up. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can curse.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter.
No, I told my brother Timmy I was gonna watch my mouth. So sorry, Timmy.
Yeah, put some in the curse jar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll put it in my own purse. But
use that stone. Make sure you use
yes,
that stone. Grasp it a little tighter.
But you know, that's what this is stuff. It's constant reminders of things, so that as your day goes, someone can text you, something can happen, something can come up in your mind that really throws you off.
Yeah. My thing is I hate when somebody says like a sly comment. Those are like the worst, right? Because like then you start thinking like, what did he mean by that?
You know what I start doing? I actually go, what do you mean by that?
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
I am good for a question.
Yeah. So you're kind of you're assertive.
Yes,
say.
but I also feel like because I was
Which
raised
is not a
Caribbean.
bad word. Assertive is the good. Aggressive is the bad part of that.
Oh, okay.
And there's passive, assertive is like right in the middle. You're being honest, truthful
Yeah.
with your you
Yeah.
know, intentions. And then aggressive is just you're out of control. You're basically trying to dominate something.
Yeah. I think too, like part of it is like
That's
being
how-
raised Caribbean, like
Yeah.
not being able to ask many questions.
Okay.
Go sit down right now. Go sit down. Nobody asked you nothing. I'm trying to ask you something now. I want to know an answer to a question. Please.
nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Go sit down right now. You're not hungry and I'm tired. Go sit down. Well, I am tired and I am hungry.
Hey,
And ask
Go eat some rice and beans.
They weren't gonna ask you if you were hungry.
But so I think because of that notion, now that I know that I can ask any question I want,
Yeah.
right.
and I do it as much as I can because
Hell yeah.
I feel like it opens up my mind to also getting answers that I wouldn't normally
Yeah.
think
Because
of.
like you'd probably pass it off,
Right.
and just be like, then you dwell on it
Yeah,
versus just saying, what did you mean by that?
because they could really mean nothing by it.
Right. That's true. That's like all the different things you like toss around in your mind. And it's like it releases
like-
it releases you like getting that information.
Quiet the chatter.
Yeah.
Speak.
There you go.
Calmly.
Ask questions.
And ask questions.
Ask the question.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all you're.
That's like my mantra is like, I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of questions. You don't have the answers, Sway. It's for real. Like, and I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to have all the answers.
No.
The thing
No.
is just having the courage to ask the question. And there's this book that I read called A More Beautiful Question. And it goes into like how questions have shaped our world and how they've been taken out of our school systems.
Yeah.
They tell you what to think and they don't encourage you
Was
to
it you
ask
that
questions.
showed me that? Did you show me that?
I might have showed you that book.
No, it wasn't a book. I saw a video about this the other day. Rich Dad Poor Dad. The guy that wrote that was talking about that.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
I heard of that
okay.
book, but
But no,
Yeah.
I'll let you.
Yeah, but this book is called A More Beautiful Question, and basically, how somebody like, I'm giving an example of, let's just say Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is one of, the people that have shaped our society, our world, and
In its current form.
in its current form. But it started out with like him asking the question, what if, saying, or how would this look if I, these questions is what puts us into action
yeah.
in some form or fashion.
He did
So-
some LSD too.
Because we
That
have to
helps.
evoke it because it's like the more questions we get, it's like the more variables that we get because
Right.
then we can replace it with the things that we were told that this is what it is.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And now we have other options to be like, well, I mean, I know that that's what I was told, but actually, and then we
Right.
can make corrections.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? There's 100 ways to skin a cat. Maybe I could just go back to that. Or there's so many ways to get to our point A.
Yeah.
Or wherever we're going in life.
And maybe there's no right answer. Like that's
And
like
exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
question, but like you said, you could do it any way you want.
Any way you want, any
Yeah.
way you choose. Now our society says it's got to be done a certain way.
Yeah.
And we're learning, at least I'm learning, is that the system in which we've been doing it a certain way is broken and done, and all the, it's like, it doesn't even. It's only money keeping it in place.
There's like a reckoning coming. Yeah. Like now, it seems like there's like the rationalization of everything is getting harder to justify.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
it's like everybody's kind of like, what are we doing here?
Asking the questions. And,
Why are we doing
And
this?
too many options of
Yeah.
everything. Like,
Right.
I just feel like there's no real like foundation to things anymore.
Right.
Everything
yeah,
can be like broken off and morphed into something else from something. It's like, why can't we go back to the classics and the originals?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we start from there,
Yeah.
And I feel like, with all these options, it leaves us to have like no base.
I feel that. Yeah.
There's
I feel
no
that.
base.
Yeah.
There's no, where's the starting point?
Yeah.
Because then it's like, once you may start,
You.
you'd be like, wait, I am the starting point.
You're the starting point.
Well, yeah. Everything's.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming back to you. Everything is pointing
Yeah.
back to
back
me.
to the individual.
We
Back to
are.
the individual.
And that's what this is about. So like sometimes when people come over and like I'll be talking to someone who's who's like interested in the crystals, and then someone will come back and say, oh, what? Like, oh, what? She's all of a sudden now gonna find love, and she's gonna, and I'm like, if she wants to.
Yeah. It's about what's your innermost.
And then it
desire.
changes it, because then
Yeah.
the person that's already buying from me is like, sorry, my friend's she's so weird. She's not into this stuff. I said, that's okay. Let me educate her.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about. Because
Right.
everybody's like, oh, so it's just a rock. Yeah, it's just a rock. So it's just a car, just plastic and paint and wheels.
Yeah.
But people spend like all their money on it.
Yeah.
But it means something to you, which is fine. And
Right.
that's what this is about.
There you go.
And so maybe it's not. Maybe it's my Lamborghini.
It's going to manifest itself
Right?
into that
So
Lamborghini.
it's about taking it exactly back to self, because we were taught that we needed to like hear everyone's voice
Yeah.
over our own.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
We were taught
Dropping
to like
jewels.
Dropping
speak
gems.
quieter.
Minerals.
Dropping gems. Dropping spiritual gems. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this gift. It came through the book
Yeah.
ceiling. But no, it's like if we really sit back and really realize how much power that we have within ourselves, it's like no one can ever have control over you.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Nothing and no one. That means people can't come to you and buy your energy, buy your time. Why? Because they don't have the currency.
Nice. Look at that.
Because you are the one that doles out the currency.
The sauce.
And then you start deciding, no sauce for you, no sauce for you, and no sauce for you.
No gravy. No
Yeah.
gravy for the rice and peas.
Or then you open the right people and you go, Gail, you're getting a car. You know? but it has to start. We have to take it back to the basics. We literally have to wipe our hard drive.
Back to the
Clear.
Got to reinstall.
Get rid of every program. You hear me? Go to your computer, which is here. I'm actually talking about your inside computer, your brain. Go in there and delete.
What you've been.
But then
taught.
go back in your trash can
Yeah.
and see what you deleted and be like, go over your receipts and be like,
keep that.
what was this about?
Yeah.
Because it's the little things that we let slide and we're like, that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I tend to do that too. I step over.
Can we sit in like a
that small shit? It adds up. Keep sweeping stuff under the rug.
Yeah.
Those
You know what I'm
pennies turn into
saying?
dollars,
I'm
yeah.
serious, man. I'm shit.
And you know what? All of this has taught me to have my own voice again.
Okay.
I shouldn't even say again. Mm-mm. Because I'm Danny, so this is my new life,
Yeah.
my new journey
Your rebirth.
with the new changes. Let me correct myself. With new life, new options, right? And then I get to go back and be like, none of that stuff ever, like, that didn't serve me.
Mm.
And then when you start comparing your new life options with the old life options, you're like, dang, I was really selling myself short. Like,
Oh man, that's good stuff.
what? You
Wow.
know? And we start learning that we don't have to carry all the groceries on our hands and try to be like, okay, you just sit back and you freaking deal with your life. That's what this is about. About you laundering out and being able to tangibly be like, this is about my father. This is about myself. This is about my home. Like, being able to do that and keep it in front of you as much as you can.
Or with
Make your own commercials.
There you go.
You have to look through Instagram and see everybody flogging their leased cars and everything bought on credit. Because I do everything cash.
Oh.
Anyways.
Wow.
But it allows you not to envy, because it makes you figure out what your Lamborghini is and what your whatever that is.
Because it doesn't, and not everything is the same to everybody. Yeah. So
Yeah.
It's like some people have certain desires that aren't the same. That
No.
you know, some people want to be, CEO. Some people want to be, just I don't know.
And that's the balance of the world. The sharks and the tadpoles.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
They're necessary. They're needed. There's
Right.
everybody.
And
like
they're equally as important.
everybody. But we have to figure out what our purpose is within our business, ourself, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Because even like starting this business with the notion and figuring out what am I doing and why do I exist?
Yeah.
What is my why?
Yeah.
Well, my why exists because I was in need and I had to create an outlet.
And this is what manifested itself,
Right.
quote unquote.
And the crazy part is, at one point, when I looked at all my stones, they all represented something dark and like just
Oh wow.
like, you know, life and how things happened and how you forgot that things happened and like, and then you look back after you have gone through like this, it's not even like a rebirth, when you've gone through your passing of your old self, when you really let that self die, like, and you go, everything I've ever thought was okay is no longer okay. Everything that I ever thought I could not have, I can now have. And you have to start changing it. But when you look at everything, you're like, wow, this once represented darkness. This now represents all of my opportunities that keep coming at me. Like, even when I was getting ready to come here, I got invited to an awesome show called Patio Talk with Chevella Red. She's an awesome designer.
Okay.
And it's going to be coming up April 27th. But,
cool.
you know, just sitting there and, like, looking at all this, helps you be able to, like, tangibly account.
For
how is everything going with my manifestation for my business? How is everything? It helps you kind of, like, laundry out.
Yeah. It
your life
puts everything in perspective.
Instead of looking at it as one big hole.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much. We can't handle it.
Yeah.
It sounds great. Like, everybody wants a whole pizza. You get it and you're like, 2 slices in, you're like,
I want my whole slice of cheese.
Yeah. Just the one. I'll take the one today.
My whole slice.
Yeah. A bite at a time. I'm gonna take this pizza a bite at a time. So what are your schools of thought on this stuff? So where did you educate yourself on these particular?
You know what? I'm gonna have to quote
terms?
Jay-Z and say the School of Hard Knocks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because I went to school for psychology, studied, got my associates, got my bachelor's in business.
Yeah.
But I had to like go back to myself and like really go inside myself.
Yeah.
And go handle some things.
Yeah.
Because although like, you know, you can smile in people's faces, you can dress up to the 9 and the 10s, but if you don't feel good inside, it means nothing when you go home and you don't feel good.
That's true, yeah.
You know, so taking all of this has given me like value again for myself.
Mm-hmm.
It has helped me be able to like let go of any feelings that made me ever feel damaged from anything that may have happened, or anything that may have just anything that no longer serves me. I use these and purge and get rid of.
But where did when you learned the names of this stuff, like where did you learn that particular?
I had stones that like my sister had given me one, and I just like carried it around. It's like, whatever, I'll just carry it. And then I end up one day was like, I'm gonna look up this stone and see, because my business had already like started picking up and things were moving and shaking. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look up this stone, and it was green adventurin. And it is the stone of opportunities. Then I started looking in, it's a stone that protects your energy and space. Why? Because when you're going for more things and more opportunities, you have all these other distractions that come around. Not just distractions from the outside, but from yourself.
Oh wow. So you looked up your sister had given you a stone, and you looked it up, and you're like, okay. And then did that lead to like you saw like a
my sister's a stone woman, so.
Okay, so your sister knows a good amount about these stones.
And like my sisters and I were kind of like, I mean, I'm gonna use this term. You can take however you want. We're witches, like we are.
Wow.
We just are. We're super in tune. I don't have another word for it. It's just I would just say that we're very in tune with like how we feel and what we sense.
Yeah.
And so because of it, I've always kind of like been afraid of my gift.
Okay.
So when she'd be like, "Oh, study your stones," I'm like, "Oh, she's so crazy."
So you get along well with the Carnal Moon ladies too?
Absolutely. Oh, those are my.
They all witches
What's
too.
up, tribe? Yes. What's up, tribe? I did poetry the other night for the first time in like
I was there. Mama's Love. What was it?
Mother's milk.
Excuse me. Mother's Milk.
The liquid gold of life.
It is.
Yeah. It was good traveling back to that headspace because it was weird. That's kind of where I left off in terms of like this movement that I'm at now. Because I kind of like when I was into poetry and hanging out with everybody, Sarah and Vanya and all, you know.
You snap. You don't
I know. Or we make like these weird like mating calls like yo like. Why not? Why not? Clapping is overrated.
So your sisters are very you guys are very into this.
Yes. And it just started because like we always had this around us and I just always took it for granted and never really thought much into it.
So you kind of grew up, did you grow up with this?
Yeah, I grew up, like my parents always had like these big like geodes and all these cool parts from like Belize and like.
So you have a grandmother or grandfather that was, you know, the one.
My grandmother, Granny Estelle Iderian Warren. Yes, that's her. She's on my merch also on my Shopify. So.
Okay.
Because I love her. She was always so like, you know, say what you need for say. And like that, when she would say that, it always reminded me, like, always say what you need to say because you gotta let people know what you need. And like, that was her. This was all like, I mean, I'm pretty sure she played with this in the sandbox. Who knows? No, but there are people that have this thing, and like I'll have someone come to me, for instance, or sit at a table where I'm at somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
randomly.
I have so many emails to respond. I can't deal with your energy right now. And I could sense that God is trying to like have me go say something, and I'm like, they're gonna think I'm so weird because I'm still like, you know, this is my gift.
Yeah.
And even sometimes it's kind of like, I love analogies, so it's kind of like, you know, getting a fast car and being like, I can handle it, and then you're like, oh shoot,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. You peel
easy
out
on the
gas,
gas,
the tires.
you know? So it's kind of like that, but so I'll have someone sit next to me or in front of me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many things to do. I can't do this right now. And then next thing you know, I'm like, sir, who's Mary?
Oh wow.
And you're like, that's my mother, and I'm like, I have 9,000 things to do, and now I'm gonna do this. And then all of a sudden, I'm literally Whoopi Goldberg. I like don't.
Oh wow, really?
Like
you're just getting like in a full blown kind of like, I felt kind of.
But
like
I mean, it's not that dramatic.
Yeah.
It's more of like a somber sit down. Like,
yeah.
Not somber. That's not the word. More like a safe, trusting.
Okay.
Spot to sit in and be like, because he was like saying things to me and was like, I think I would have just said that, and I'm like, it's okay. You're in a safe space. Like, I'm not judging you, and nothing's gonna happen to you from this. And I started talking to him about trauma, and started saying to him like, you know, what happened to you shouldn't have happened to you, and and I really was like, oh my God, he's gonna be like, what is she talking about? But at the same time, I'm fully aware that this is all natural, and I would never just walk up to somebody and be like.
Do you ever get like a reaction like, I kind of like don't want to like deal with this right now? Like, or people are just like, no.
Actually, they want to be like, tell me more, and I'm like, that's all I got. Because people want to like.
No, you got some more.
you got some. You lie now.
No, because sometimes that's all I got.
Give me more.
You know, because sometimes I'm out and about. And I'm like, no, I can't, like, I'm at Petanque. Like, I'm having
You see the same guy show up, you're at Subway, where's...
And, like, you know, I will be
I'll
led
come
to
back
say
tomorrow.
I'm find you.
But no, it's always perfectly timed. Because the person will be like, I haven't been in this area in so long. And I would have been like, I never come here.
Oh, yeah.
So it happens a lot, and it's just, I think it's a way of God reminding everyone, like, he hasn't forgotten about things that we need so that way we can get to our next level.
Mhm.
But we have to be in seek of it, because it's not gonna we're not gonna win the lotto
Right.
and not play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is me playing, like,
There you go.
every day, because I'm trusting and knowing that God put me here for this. Sometimes I don't understand it, and a lot of times I do.
Mhm.
But studying this has helped me look at my business, look at myself so different, because everything I look at is in terms of like invested time,
Yes.
because of all the time and all the work I've been doing on myself.
Yeah.
So I just want people to understand, like, you know, yeah, there are dark times, but you don't have to. That's not a spot you need to stay at.
Right. You don't need to dwell in
But
that.
you do need to handle it.
Yeah.
You do need to feel it.
Mm.
And then you do need to pop that pimple.
There you go.
Ew.
Brace yourself.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But then, it's just only God, the universe, whoever you believe in, can empty you out.
Mhm.
And like refill you back in, and not in the same way.
Yeah.
You may just get like 2 drops of something new, but it feels like concentrated, like good coconut oil or something. But yeah, we have to stop. We have to take it back to the basics. We have to laundry out the things that we need, things that we want, and then we need to manifest them and have the audacity to know that we can have them in steps so that we can have it for longevity.
That's good stuff. I was thinking about that this week, like yesterday, I think, even of like how like you constantly have to like replenish. Like I was thinking of drinking water, and I was like, you'll never not have to stop drinking water. Like you can either keep drinking water or you can die. Like that's it.
And that's what it is about, you know, being positive, seeing the light, seeing the glass half full. You know, that's what it's about. It's about
filling your cup up with the right stuff.
Yeah.
That's like you gotta
overflowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cup runneth over.
The cup runneth over into another cup.
Yeah.
Into other cups.
Yeah.
So your cup fills
But
up
your
other
cup
cups
fills
now.
first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is so important, because
There you
so much in like culture and religion, we're told that, you know, like you gotta, you know, give, like
10%.
Yeah.
We want 10%. Of all you got. Give it up. Give it.
Mafia.
Give it here. We see it.
Give it up.
But you know, we have to replenish our glass first. We can't.
Yeah.
You know, there are times that you will share, you know, but for the most part, you have to always fill your glass.
Yeah.
No, always.
Yeah.
Because even the people that care about you and love you and respect you and care about you even being here,
Yeah.
they don't want you to overly do anything, because they're going to be protective of your energy and protective of your space.
Yeah.
And be like, no, let me then take over and give too.
Yeah.
Right? But because because if you can't deal with what really ails you, you can't open up. You can't even open it up to be filled.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like water. Only water can do that.
Yeah.
Come through and like saturate everything. But
Yeah.
also drought everything.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to constantly keep that flow, because that's what happens to us. We get so depleted, we don't know where to start.
Right.
We don't know what spot to go back to be like, I need to go back here.
What worked and what didn't work.
You're filling your cup up with some bullshit.
Right? Don't do it.
I
can't
get
drink
where
sand.
you are.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically where I'm at. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, where do you start? Where do you this? Well, it's going back to those times where you felt the best.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll get into the inspirations, but
Yeah, we can.
is that where we're going?
We can.
Oh, okay. So I've been in a space where, you know, I was in CrossFit, working out, and it's been like a up and down, like this up and down, and not being able to find that level of consistency.
Yeah.
And when I think about when I first started CrossFit, I had started out with like meditating and reading in the morning.
Mhm.
And then I had stepped up to like running. Then I stepped up to like running and doing push-ups.
Okay.
And then sit-ups. And then I was like CrossFit.
I'm ready for CrossFit.
Yeah. So you know,
it's always
that's-
hard to start back at where you
Yeah,
started. You know what I mean? It's weird.
yeah.
But I hear what you're saying. So.
If you think of your momentum at that time when you started, because it's okay to go back, but we have to remind ourselves that we may not be able to pick up where we left off, and we may not even be able to accelerate from that spot. That spot may just be a learning spot to be like, this needs to be completely like done, and we need to move forward from this, or this is a spot where I really need to sit in and really see all, like, take it all apart
Yeah.
and see everything.
Yeah. Sometimes you get into relationships like that. Like maybe I should just sit in this relationship and actually learn the ins and outs, what I like, what I don't like.
Yeah.
Versus like I like this person.
Yeah. Versus
It's like I'm just gonna use this as an opportunity.
yeah. To just
Dang.
know what I don't like
Yeah.
or know what I do like.
Yeah.
Or really appreciate, you know, what you do like.
Yeah.
You know, so I get that 100%.
And because we live like that, where we by the way, if you haven't seen Eat, Pray, Love, that movie has so many.
That's what Julia Roberts, right?
Yeah.
Eat, Pray, Love.
That movie,
Don't ask me how I
it's
know
not.
this.
Yeah,
Listen,
no, I was
that
like, I've
movie
heard
has
that.
so many
Uh-huh.
good part. Like I've rewatched that movie so many times and been like,
Got something
dang,
new? You got something
how
new
did
out
I
of
miss
it?
that?
Yeah.
You know, like she talks about the permeable membrane, about the person who like breaks up with someone, but then will break up with them just because they had just found someone new to be completely engulfed with, and like, or like they wait to like find something new to then make their fire, and then it's like,
Wow.
but they haven't dealt with why.
Right, like an inner kind of
Mm-hmm.
problem that they're running away from.
Yeah, and you know, I sat with like a group of healers in Miami. I did this really cool event in like offskirts of Wynwood, and we were talking, a group of us, about the importance of like when you want something to really practice like celibacy. You know, don't drink, whatever you need to do, because sometimes our minds are just too weak that we can't really focus on what we really need to do
Yeah.
if we don't completely like change
Refrain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need to what do they call it? Discipline yourself.
yeah,
So, like in order to.
because that's how you restore your power. Think about
Yeah.
it. If you think of your energy like the flu, right? If you're sick and you're contaminating everyone, like you're responsible for getting everybody sick.
Yeah.
Instead of quarantining yourself
Right.
and being like, I am not well,
Yeah.
so I need to either be abstinent or I need to be quiet, you know, sit in silence, or I need to meditate more, because what it does is when we open up ourselves to so many people, it literally like dilutes us, because we're constantly sharing out, you know, so we don't get to keep things for ourselves. We don't get to really
Yeah.
hold anything for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we become one day and we're like, damn, I'm unhappy. I don't even know why I'm unhappy. I got all this stuff. I'm living in this
What's
big
going
green
on?
room.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'm not happy. Like, and it happens like that because we don't account for our energy. And lately I've been telling my friends, or anybody I've been talking to actually, you're all my friends, that if we start our day every day, like, we get $100 of our energy credit. Right?
Energy bucks.
Energy bucks. Seriously.
That's not Bitcoin.
No,
That's not
it is
Bitcoin.
not. And if we start our day every day, like, we have $100, right? And then at the end of the day, you're like, dang, where the heck did I spend my 100 at?
Yeah.
Or some days you're like, dang, I only spent about $5 and I'm still good. Or
Really
even
good.
like, today, I didn't spend money on nothing because there was really nothing worth it. Or you just feel depleted and you're like, I have no idea where all my energy went. I'm at zero. I'm at a negative.
Yeah.
They're charging me the
Got a negative
overage
balance.
charges. You know?
Got
because
energy creditors calling me. Like, there's like, what's it?
I like that one. Energy
You
creditors.
take out a loan, energy loan. Some of that energy.
Yes. So,
A deductible. Energy deductible.
Now sending out vouchers. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's fun.
But no, but honestly, if we really think of it in these like terms of like all these analogies, the pimple, the
The energy bucks.
the laundering out your emotions, putting on your own gas mask, like when you're on
the face mask, the oxygen mask.
Oxygen mask on the plane, like that
Yeah.
notion, not gas mask. That's totally
That's somewhere
Don't
else.
do that.
That's
I did not say put gas mask on. I mean, if you're into that,
That's an
problem.
emotional war zone right there.
But oxygen mask.
Yes, oxygen.
Because they remind us of that on the plane, and what do we do? Oh my God, I wish you'd hurry
I
up.
think about that every
Can
time.
order
I
drinks
go
now?
on the phone. I think about Fight Club actually sometimes too. Where he's like,
But
they
it's
have you
such a
wear
notion.
the oxygen mask. But that's another conversation. So.
But it's such a good notion. We have to remind ourselves all the simple things
Yeah.
so we can get our grip back.
Nice.
We gotta
Yes,
take
sir.
it back to the basics. All these options and all these, it's like, no, we gotta take it back to the basics of self, what we know, what we feel.
Get your mind right.
Yeah, and trust your inner
Your instinct
self,
and-
your
yeah.
voice.
Right.
Cause it's pretty accurate.
There
If
you
you
go.
go back and go over your receipts and be like, dang, every time someone told me I was overreacting about something, I'm checking my receipts and I actually was spot on. Because that's what it's about. Not forgetting, not settling, deciding, like, no. And you don't even have to argue that. It's
Put
just,
your foot down.
absolutely.
striking your right tone.
That's right.
So
Put
all
your
right.
Ganesha foot down. Be grounded.
That's Nate, did you already say your inspiration for the week?
No.
Okay, so let's get into the inspiration of the week. You're aware of this, I'm assuming, or no?
Yes, I did
Yes.
share the inspirations.
Okay. So
with,
all right.
with Danny
Maine.
Danny
Whoa, I had to
Maine.
think about that. I almost
Danny
said it.
Maine.
I almost
That's
said
right.
it again.
You were good. You were solid on it.
There you go. So, Nate, you want to start first, or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll start. I'm inspired by our dear friend Jeremy. I had a conversation with Jeremy. Shout out to Jay Crawl.
Jared Crawl.
Jared Crawl this
That's the
week.
Jared Crawl.
Yeah, and actually you can check out No Bull Biz. He just posted up my barbershop boss episode on No Bull Biz. But anyways, I was speaking with him and he was sharing with me about his project, You Livo, which is coming out real soon, and he was just going over the numbers, and he asked me, "What is 10,000 times 58?" And I said 58,000.
12 rocks.
Yeah. Turns out that's a $500,000. It's $580,000. But the fact that he flipped it because he didn't make me feel stupid about, because I was definitely confident and said it was $58,000 short of me saying. And he was like, yeah, well, let me pull out my lucky. He was on the phone, but he was just like, yeah, let me pull out my lucky calculator because we just, I'm not the biggest math whiz. And he has a Canadian accent.
Yeah.
So he pulled it out. And he said $500,000, $580,000, and I just stepped over oh yeah, I missed the zero.
I missed that part. Where
But just how some people are just have that gift to keep you in the game.
Yeah.
It could be out. It could be just really negative or really bad, and Jared's one of those people that just keep you in the game. So
Nice.
shout out to him, man. I was very inspired by that. It's those little things, Jared Craw. I know it's the little things. Trust what I'm telling you. You've been a big inspiration in my life. So that was what's there for me.
Dope. Do you want me to go? Or you want to go?
You can go.
Okay. Yeah, I want to piggyback on that because that video came out and I was like, I was inspired by the edits, bro. Like how he edited the video, because I was there and I helped film it and everything. So I had heard the conversation, but I was rewatching it and then seeing what he took it to, because he added like intro and then music, and then like was chopping it up between a phone and a camera, and I was like, wow, this is like good, you know what I mean, like solid, and it kind of just inspired me of stuff that I could use and take and apply. So
definitely what we can do. I like how he put his little wedding picture on. So you talking about? I was like, that was so.
And then he showed Texas. He showed Texas.
Yeah.
He did a bunch of cool stuff with the video, and then he added music too. I don't know if you heard the music, but like there's certain spots I wanted to ask him, like, why'd you put it here and not like, because it wasn't over the whole video. So like that was like, he put it on kind of like punctuation points, I think. So, but yeah, that was very inspirational. So shout out to Jeremy for that. And then music. Music is always one of those things that I always keep gravitating back toward. And a couple artists that I dig. Came out with albums. So I got to listen to that and just jam out.
Who had albums?
What albums?
What albums? So there's Kalani came out with an album. She had an album this year, 2019.
What?
Yeah, I heard a few songs.
Yeah, so she's.
Let me check that Kalani out.
I was like,
she's a little cute girl.
She can sing though, man.
Yeah, she can sing her ass off too.
I saw her perform live, and like she has like amazing voice.
Yeah.
My only gripe about her is like the songs are like, some of them are just like redone. You know what I mean? So there's like a couple songs in there. And it was like, all right, I heard this song, but she has her first song, her intro with Music Soul Child, is dope. Like that record is dope.
I'm gonna check her out. I'm gonna check her out for real. So on my ride home.
Yeah.
Kalani.
And then Andrew Bird, this guy that I like a lot, is came out with an album 2019 as well. So it was weird. I kept like I just had a thought like, oh, let me check these people out, and they had albums come out this year that I wasn't even aware of. So I thought that was cool. Like the energy goes in like a cycle. Like when I start to need it, I like can find it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Boom.
I would say my inspiration lately has been music is huge for me. Like, I don't know if you guys see my Instagram. I'm constantly like music medicine, because like I'm like, I love listening to like Tom Misch and like the Good Bad Band, and like I'm obsessed with anything Tiny Desk series. You could just play it just on repeat, I
gotta check this out. I haven't heard of any of that stuff.
Yeah, but
it's like very like what kind of music is it?
Genre.
It's I think it's kind of like indie, definitely indie.
Okay.
Because they're not doing like big shows. These are like the people that have like their set following, people that are like following them to shows and like buy merchandise and like.
Okay. So they're like independent, kind of
like you could catch them at the mall and like hang out with them.
Yeah, and I'd be like, yo, come get some crystals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Hey, and that's cool. That's a good place to be in with an artist. Yeah. Is ground level. You actually can be a part of the growth.
I love it.
Type.
I love music.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's just like there's certain like things like that'll like get me like when I'm in the mood of like I'm creating and I'm like I make all these cool pieces. I'm like listening. I'm like, oh wow. Look at the way that they're hitting the hi-hat. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a good one. That's like a good one, or it's like, was that a violin? Hold on, let me back that up. And you're like, oh my God, they're using the cello, like, because these are bands, like they're all full-on bands that like will perform on Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
That's good stuff.
Oh, you talking about NPR? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I love
my
Tiny
gosh.
Desk, man.
Okay. Yeah. I thought that was like a band. So that's they bring people in.
Tiny Desk series.
Okay.
I live off of that. But I love all the artists that are on there. It's just incredible. That, and I feel like what's been inspiring me lately is like the movement of the people. I feel like a lot of people are fed up of like the way they've been living and just tired of like the old ways of living and just want to live more vibrantly and more in balance and in more authenticity. And it's really been inspiring me lately because I feel like I live like that. And in the past I'd always look and see like, well, I'm doing this, but I want to make sure everybody else is doing it too, because then I don't want to be doing too much and then no one's doing their part. And God's like, did I ask you to gauge that? And I'm like, oh, sorry, Father.
I don't want to do all the work. I need to do all the work now?
But and I feel like this is a time that people are speaking up.
Yeah.
And I think that it's we didn't get a chance in our era to really be revolutionary and to be inspiring in that tone. I mean, I guess we could, but I think there's just so many different things that can happen to us that's why it doesn't happen as much. But I feel like we can all do this movement in a different way, different tactics, right?
Yeah.
And just everyone really thinking of what you're contributing and really own up to your part that you decided you're gonna do anyways, whether or not someone gives. And that's the inspiration behind like music and the people I hang with and my clients that I've been meeting. Is just like that community of energy that like that's fiery, but not ablaze, not to destroy, but like set a fire so people see the smoke and know that things are happening.
Coming to warm up.
Yeah. Maybe we starting it right here on this podcast, the Upper Room Podcast.
Definitely. So, all right, that's
Right here,
good
right
stuff,
now.
man.
Right here.
I got what you. Yeah, I really got where you're coming from. You know, the fire is getting started.
Yeah. Everywhere I go.
Yeah.
The people I used to think were so fragile, I'm like, yo, you're powerful. And they'd be like, me? Little old me? Yeah.
Little old
Especially little old you. Because power don't come in nothing big. Power is a cord and an outlet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Electricity.
yeah.
You got it.
It's
got it, kid.
electrifying.
Yeah.
And that's what
You got the
energy is
chops.
about.
There we go.
You got your
Alright.
chops.
Well, let's wrap it up for all my electronics die. So, speaking
I
of
know.
power, I need some of that. This is Choice.
This is Nay, and we are the Upper Room Podcast, your platform creators.
If you ever looking for a place to chill,
Come to the Upper Room.
peace.
Yes, that was us. We did our thing.
Adios.
Thank you, Danny, again for coming on and bringing us your sweet, 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 beautiful soul.
Yeah, and then what is your handle on Instagram and all that good stuff?
I am at Danny Main Styles at Instagram and Facebook. And then I'm also my two collections, which is King Savis, which is my men's line.
Okay.
Oh,
All
I like
structured around the English influence and the power of being a man and all of that. So that's what this brand is about. And then Belize Treasures, which honors like the women of my country and all the people I've like met and shared their cultures with me, so that I can use it to create.
Ooh.
Awesome.
What is CVs?
So this is actually, I created this word off of the word civies because aesthetically it didn't look cool with the E, to be honest. But my English teacher approved of it. He's like, that was slick. I said, because the V's and the I's, they look good. And he was like, yeah. So anyways, civies comes from bringing your best garments forward. So King Savis, meaning you bringing your best self forward.
What?
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you got me want to slide on my chair.
The power.
I like that. That was
The
clean.
power of the lion.
Oh, my goodness.
And the crown
Yeah.
that stays embedded and not tilt or move. And also the time where flowers were reserved for the kings.
Rose petals. We're only walking on rose petals.
I have some leaves today. I got it.
So those are my handles: Belize Treasures, Instagram, King Savis at Instagram, and then Danny Main Styles, Instagram and Facebook.
There you
Oh,
go.
and
There you
tomorrow,
go.
so I have to
And-
plug
Okay.
my green market tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. It'll be launched in Northwood, right in front of Juicy, connected to the new vegan. And it'll be, it's called the Northwood Culture and Healing Market. And all of my vendors are all local healers that I've used their business to heal me in some way. So
What time?
from 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. And it'll be all local vendors, and it'll be once a month on a Sunday, and it'll be where people can come and do yoga from 9 to 10, and come and enjoy the market and find something healing for yourself.
Got it. Oh, wow. There's
Yeah.
a lot
There you
going
go.
on. Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Check that out. All
Check
right.
and check.
So that's the show. I think I already said bye like twice.
Yeah.
It's like-
Bye.
We outie.
We out. All right.
See ya.
Bye. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun. I haven't done a podcast in like a year. Actually, almost a year.
Yeah.
I think it's been almost a year. Yeah, I did one with Dear God, Are We There Yet?